Hey, it's Megan. Today I'm talking about how to kill fat, and not the fat that's on your body, but how to shift your mindset so that you can lose the weight for good. And when I say fat, I am talking about false assumed truths. These are limiting beliefs. Now, if you're somebody who is always saying to yourself, nothing works for me, I've tried everything. I've tried every diet. I can't meal prep. I'm too old. I'm injured. I have a disease. I have an autoimmune problem. I'm diabetic. I'm pre-diabetic. I have fatty liver disease. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? Whatever you say to yourself, these are limiting beliefs. And these are the things that get you stuck from actually losing the weight or reaching whatever your goals are. So I'm going to give you 4 steps to help you shift your mindset around this. And why is this so important? It is so important because every single day I talk to women who say nothing works for me. I've tried everything. They say these limiting beliefs to me and they really believe them. And the things that you believe in your head directly translate to your actions. Why is that? Because every time we believe something, we look for validation. How many times have you gone out to lunch with your girlfriends or relatives, whoever, and you said, oh, my hormones are just out of balance. I'm over 40 and I can't lose any weight, or I've tried every diet and it just doesn't work. And all of your friends, everyone around you who you're complaining to about this, they all agree. They're like, oh yeah. And they sympathize with you. And you guys go down this huge rat hole of, oh yeah, nothing works, blah, blah, blah. You know what that's doing? It's making you give into that belief. You're just like, well, it's just not meant to be. I am just meant to be fat. I am just not meant to meal prep. I am just meant to stay stuck forever. And then you have that mentality in your brain that I am going to stay stuck, which keeps you stuck because your actions don't follow. Because your actions are what you believe. So when you validate those limiting beliefs, you stay stuck and you don't reach your goals. So the first step to getting unstuck is to write down the things you say to yourself to keep you stuck. If you don't know, ask somebody in your life. Ask your friend, ask your coworkers, ask your partner, husband, whoever. I'm sure they can rattle them off very quickly off the top of their cuff, because you probably say it more than you even realize. What are the things you are constantly saying to other people? I'm too old, I'm injured, I've tried everything, no diet works for me, I'm just gonna be here forever because I'm old and my hormones don't work, or I have an autoimmune disease. What are those things? Write them down, make a list, don't make it mentally, put pen to paper because it is more powerful. Number 2, why do you believe these things? What has validated them for you? Friends, probably Google, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, I don't know. You've probably done some sort of research or talking to people or just watching things in the media. What has really instituted in your mind that it hasn't worked for you? What has made you think? And it's not just because you tried and it didn't happen, because if you tried, you would have decided. And deciding is very different than trying. When you decide, you find ways to make it happen. Trying is, oh, well, maybe I'll try this for a while and see if it sticks. And then it doesn't stick. That's trying. There's a huge difference. So, third step is tell yourself the opposite of the limiting beliefs that you have been telling yourself. So if you have been saying, I'm injured and I can't work out, start saying to yourself, I am going to find ways to move that feels good for me. Because there always is a way to incorporate activity into your life. It just might not be the way you want it to be right now. If you want to lose weight, say, I want to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. Keep saying it over and over again, because what you say is what you believe, and what you believe translate into your actions. So start telling yourself the opposite. Every time you hear that negative mindset come in, flip it to the positive. But you have to practice it. This is not something that happens overnight. The majority of people are very negative. There are very few people in this world who are positive because we have so many messages in social media that show us we are not good enough, we are not perfect enough, and so we set a really high standard for ourselves, and then if we can't live up to that, then we give up. And we stay stuck with our false assumed truths, with our limiting beliefs. So start telling yourself the opposite, but you have to practice it. Just like you have to practice riding a bicycle, you don't just jump on one day and start going. So the fourth step is find evidence of other people who are doing it or have done it. Find the people who are going to show you that you can overcome whatever you are overcoming. Don't get stuck on Google or why it doesn't work, because you know what? Excuses are your solution. So every time you make an excuse, that is your solution. You are deciding that that excuse is what you are going to do. You may not even realize it, but it's so powerful. So I will give you an example. When I was 21 years old, I suffered a major femur injury. The head of my bone died, my hip bone, and a doctor at Mayo Clinic looked at me and said, by the time you're 40, you're going to be in a wheelchair. You're not going to be able to be active. At that time, I was an avid runner and I was a group fitness instructor in my 20s, and it just felt like my whole life was over. And the doctor was like, well, you need to lose weight too. And I was thinking to myself, how am I supposed to lose weight? Like, I can't move, I can't eat well because I'm depressed. Like, how am I supposed to do this? And he was so cold and mean. And you know what? Today I am 41 years old. I teach 5 group fitness classes a week. I'm super active, more than I ever have been in my life. And I never would have imagined that I would be in this place, but I am. And that doctor was so wrong. And why was that? Because I woke up one day and said, I am not going to live my life chained to these beliefs, to these false assumed truths. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't do what you want to do, because you can. Just because you've tried every diet doesn't mean you really have. You just think you have because it feels like a lot of work. Anytime you are trying to transform your diet, transform your body, it's a lot of work. You can't just wake up and have it happening one day. You have to take baby steps and make small strides every single day to get there. So those are the 4 steps. Write it down. Why do you have those beliefs? Tell yourself the opposite, and then find evidence and proof of other people who are doing it or have done it. And you can use me as an example. One thing that you can do as extra credit is watch the movie I Feel Pretty. If you've ever watched this, it's with Amy Schumer. It's kind of silly. My boyfriend always laughs at me every time I watch it, but it is such a true movie about females, about how they feel about themselves on the inside and how it translates to themselves. She was, kind of an overweight girl, not that much overweight, but kind of overweight. She's a pretty girl, but she doesn't have the job she wants. She doesn't have a boyfriend, and she just doesn't really like her social life. She feels really isolated and alone. And then one day she knocks her head on the floor, and she wakes up and she sees herself as a supermodel in the mirror. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so pretty. And all of a sudden, like, all these things in her life change. And they change because she changes the way she portrays herself to the world. She is, she gets her dream job. She gets her boyfriend. She, attracts all of these good things in her life. And what you put out into the world is what you get. So remember that you need to act that way. If you want to feel beautiful and you want to be beautiful, you have to act that way. It all starts with your mind. Too often people jump into the, I'm going to diet and exercise and that's going to be the way. And I can tell you for hands-on, because I've coached hundreds of women, I can give you the perfect macros and the perfect nutritional guideline. I can tell you to measure everything. I can check in with you every single day. But if your mind isn't in the right place, you will not do it. It will not happen because you're still stuck with those limiting beliefs, those false assumed truths. I've tried every diet. Nothing works for me. Every time you put negativity into the world, you're going to get it back. Start putting it out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to find a way to do it. I'm going to make it happen. People who say they don't have enough money to do it, that's also a limiting belief. Maria, she's in my membership program right now. She's lost 12 pounds in 8 weeks, 12 pounds. And you know what she told me in January? She told me, I don't have the money to sign up for the membership. and I've tried every diet and nothing works. So I don't want to spend any more money. I get it. I really get it. But if you don't take that chance to invest in yourself, how do you know it's not going to work? How do you know this is not your time or your opportunity? You're never going to know unless you try. So having said that, my membership program is open through Tuesday, February 12th. Just one more day. I would love to have you join. If you have any questions at all, respond to this email. I would love to chat with you. I'm here to answer your questions, here to help you understand how it all works. When you sign up, you get a one-on-one call with me. We go through everything that's been going on with you. We talk about your next steps. I give you specific action steps for you to do. That's going to include some videos to watch. It's also going to include starting to track your food so I can see what you're eating, how much you're eating, and get a handle on that. We also go through a whole health history. So after your one-on-one call, you join the Facebook group. You start interacting with the amazing women in this group. They are so supportive and motivating. Oh my gosh, they are the best group that I've ever worked with. You will love them. And then you're also going to get all of my videos and downloads from my new program, Change Your State, Plate, and Weight. All of my videos, all of my downloads, that is going to help you. And every day in the Facebook group, we're talking about these things. We're talking about how to reduce stress, how to get in the right mindset, how to push past these negative limiting beliefs so that we can reach our goals. Because just like Maria, you could do this too. She said, I don't have the money because I've tried everything and nothing works. And now she did it and she lost 12 pounds. And that could be you. So ask yourself right now, what are you going to do different in the next 4 weeks to reach your goals? What is going to change? Where are you going to be without my help? Ask yourself those things. Questions, send me an email. Just respond to this email. Otherwise, sign up because today is the last day.